Good afternoon. Today we're doing something a little bit different because there are circumstances that have changed the posture of the nation in no uncertain terms. There are things happening today and in the last few days that have in some ways, I think you might describe this as a slippery slope. Things that are happening that are sending us down a slippery slope. And things that have already seen us crash into the bottom of a ravine. And the thing I'm talking about is the fact that the Supreme Court of the United States has ruled against the constitutionally protected right for the past 50 years to an abortion. They have said with this ruling that women do not deserve to have bodily autonomy. They do not deserve to have the right to make their own decisions. They do not have the right to live life the way they see fit. But that's okay because white men told them they can't do it, so it must be right. And, it's like and one black man too, I'm sorry, excuse me. But men told them. Oh, well, one woman, I'm sorry, also. Let me be completely correct here. And a woman as well. Ruled against other women. A woman decided that other women didn't have the right to bodily autonomy, that they didn't have the right to make their own decisions, that they weren't smart enough or whatever the rationale is. But the rationale is it's twofold, because if you look at this, this has been something that's been going on for a while. The groundwork was laid for this back in the late 80s and then the early 90s, back when I was actually more politically active and could see where these things were starting to happen. It's been a long time since I've dipped my toe in that realm, so I'm not completely up on it. And I don't remember all the things from back then, but back then you could see very clearly that the Republican Party and the neocon, hard right-wing Christian conservatives were starting to lay groundwork to put their toe in the door to get to the point where they got today. They were putting people in positions of power to literally strip Americans' rights away from them. The right to self-determination, the right to bodily autonomy, etc. And this is worrying in a lot of ways, because the Republican Party is always talking about states' rights and these rights and that's rights and all this sort of thing, and it's all just it's a bunch of hypocrisy. It's a bunch of lies, because they don't really care about any of that stuff. They care about power. That's all they care about. But the thing is, though, and I made a comment about this on Instagram and other places back on like May 4th when this first leaked that this was going to be happening. I said, if you think for 1 second that these people are going to stop here at abortion, you're out of your fucking mind. And, if you look on the screen, you can see that good old Judge Clarence Thomas, whose wife is part of the insurrection plot from January 6th, he now wants to go after gay marriage, which is not a shock or a surprise to me in the slightest. This was a foregone conclusion that if Roe v. Wade was overturned, that they would begin their march to turn America into a right-wing Christian nation, whether you like it or not, or whether I like it or not, or whether anybody else likes it or not, because that's what they want, and they've installed the people into government to make that happen. Amy Coney Barrett, Kavanaugh and the other justices that were put in place because they perjured themselves, because they lied during federal testimony, have made the decision to strip rights away from Americans, female Americans specifically. So we have people who lied to get into position of power, trying to tell everybody else what they should do, trying to get on their moral, religious high horses and tell everybody what they should do. And this is just the first step. This is just the first step. Thomas has already got his sights focused. And believe me, they've been focused long before now. It was just a matter of getting that foot in the door and opening that door enough so that they could keep pushing through the doorway. And they're gonna start going after gay marriage. I mean, you see Ron DeSantis in Florida going after trans kids and gay kids, don't say gay and all that other stuff down there in Florida. And they're not going to stop there. They're not stopping there. They've got legislation ready to go right now all across America, just waiting for this decision of Roe v. Wade being overturned. And there's going to be floodgates opening all over the country, all over the nation, where these emboldened right-wing activists, neoconservative, far right-wing Christians are literally going to take away our rights, because they just have. And the only thing that can stop them is getting them out of power. There has never been a moment in time where it has been more important for Democrats, for independents, for people who are free thinkers and believe in the idea of autonomy, bodily autonomy, even if you're not a woman. You have to stand up. You have to vote. You have to get these people out of power. You have to stop them. There is no more powerful thing that the average American has than their right to vote. And they're working on that too. They're making it harder for minorities and disenfranchised people to vote. They're trying to make it. I mean, they're all over the nation. They've been enacting legislation whereby former felons who have served their sentences and gotten their rights back, they're trying to strip those away, so that these people can't vote because they would vote against them. I just, I don't know if anybody's listening, and that's fine, because it's just, I need to say this anyway, regardless of if anybody's listening. But we have to vote. We have to get these people out of power. We have to get them out of our government. If you've been watching the January 6th hearings, you know that they have been the right wing has been installing people to try and rig elections, because they know they can't win elections based on their ideas. They can't win because people don't want the things that they want. They are a minority. And the only thing keeping them in power is lying and cheating, which is funny because these people claim to be Christians. They claim to care about God. They care about the children. They care about all these things. And yet their actions are consistently against those things. Their actions are consistently against the teachings of God and the teachings of the Bible. Not that I'm a Christian, because I'm a pretty hardcore atheist, but I can guarantee you I'm a better Christian than a lot of these motherfuckers. This is so troubling, because it opens the door to so many other problems, not the least of which is Clarence Thomas openly saying we need to correct the error of legal gay marriage. We need to strip rights away from people because this is insane. Hey, rival. This is nuts. This isn't going to stop here. This is not going to stop here. And if you think it is, you're fucking stupid. You're a fucking idiot. You're blind and you're dumb, and if you're not getting involved in this, you're working against yourself and your own self-interest. You are hurting people. You are literally killing people by not getting involved and stopping these people, because more women are going to die because of this ruling. More women are going to die. Thousands and thousands of women are going to die every year because of this, because they don't have access to prenatal care or things like Planned Parenthood that, help lower income people who otherwise can't afford these kind of treatments. This is just, I'm just so, I am just so scared for our country right now. I've always said, for as long as I've been able to understand these sorts of things, like when it comes to politics, that I am an expatriate caught inside the country I love and despise. I see the possibility for this country to be great, but when I see stuff like this, such hatred, such anger directed at its own citizens, it just, fuck, man. This is so bad. This is so, so very bad. This really worries me. Our country is supposed to be governed by people who govern for the people, for all the people. And these activist, right-wing Republican judges are not adjudicating, legislating for all the people. They are doing their job to cater to a very specific small minority who wants to have power over everybody else because they are emboldened by their pseudo-religious beliefs. Like I said, I'm a pretty hardcore atheist, but part of that is that I don't want to be told how to live my life, and I don't think anybody else should be told either. You can practice your religion, I don't give a fuck, but when your religion starts to interfere with my life or other people's lives, that's when I have a problem with it. And that's what this is. That's what Clarence Thomas and Kavanaugh and Comey Barrett and Garouche, or whatever the fuck his name is, these fucking right-wing activist assholes who lied to get into Supreme Court positions are doing. They are using their positions and their power to take away people's rights. This is, I'm sorry, I'm so, I feel like we're living in a simulation and it's breaking down, and it started when Trump got elected, and just all the fucking stupid things that are happening right now just make me think that more and more this is just some wacky dream and we're all part of a computer simulation, because this literally couldn't be happening. This hateful, disgusting development, and this more hateful shit from Clarence Thomas wanting to correct the error of legal gay marriage. It's just mind-boggling. It's just absolutely mind-boggling. I don't understand it. I just don't understand these people who claim to believe in God and the word of the Bible, and everything they do is counter to those teachings and those words. It's so crazy. But I'm gonna wrap that up and just say that you gotta vote. You gotta fucking vote. You have to get registered, get motivated, and you have to vote. You have to get these people out of positions of power. They are not gonna stop with this. This is the Roe v. Wade is the beginning gambit. That is the opening move, and it's not going to stop. They've got their foot in the door. Oh shit, they haven't even got their foot in the door. They pried the door off the hinges at this point. They've kicked it in. They forcibly entered and are taking things away from you and I, and they will continue to do this under the guise of divine mandate. And we gotta stop it. We gotta fucking stop it. It has to stop. The separation of church and state is gone now. It's been eroded, but it's like it's gone now. It's gone now because these people have an agenda, and it is very much to make this a white Christian nation. That's what they want. They want to make a white Christian nation. Anyway. Feel free to hit me up on social media or and whatever. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna change the tone here. I'm gonna hit the stop button, and then I'm gonna hit a restart button, and we're gonna play a game because I don't want to have to edit this into two things. So we're just gonna make it 2 videos. So I will be back in about 10 seconds. So see you in about 10.